We want to be open, we want allies, we want good friends, we want partners. But we always want to be in a situation to choose them, not to be 100% dependent on them. European sovereignty is not just a concept or a fantasy, but it's absolutely, in a dangerous world, a necessity to live, dream for ourselves. Our Europe is made of dreams, but actual dreamers are very pragmatic. Otherwise, they finish with the dreams of the others. I'm a dreamer and idealistic, but I don't want my dreams to be dreamt in other people's language. I want our music to be the one to be played everywhere, dear Jordi. I want our literature to be precisely this permanent discussion between the different capitals of our continent, whose one of the characteristics is precisely to have so many languages and to be in a certain way driven by this permanent translation. I want our model of complexity, unity through respect, and diversity to be the one to be preserved. This is why we have to reset this economic doctrine. This is why European sovereignty is not just a concept or a fantasy, but it's absolutely, in a dangerous world, a necessity to live, dream for ourselves as Europeans. Thank you.
Macron then finished his speech with the following emotional words. We want to be open, we want allies, we want good friends, we want partners, but we always want to be in a situation to choose them, not to be the person dependent on them. European sovereignty is not just the concept of fantasy, but it's absolutely, in a dangerous world, a necessity to live, dream for ourselves as Europeans. How brilliant. President Emmanuel Macron has proven to be a leader who stands up for an independent, sovereign Europe. Surely, Europe deserves its own leaders. He has proven to have a vision, a dream for Europe, and the will to fight for what he calls the essence of being European. But what about the French colonies in Africa? Don't they also deserve the right to choose their own leaders? Let's return to the memory lane again. On June 30th, 1962, Modibo Keïta, the first president of the Republic of Mali, decided to withdraw from the French colonial currency FCFA, which was imposed on the 14 newly independent African countries. For the Malian president, who was leaning more to a socialist economy, it was clear that the colonization continuation compact with France was a trap and a burden for the country's development. On November 19, 1968, just like President Olympio, President Keïta will be the victim of a coup d'etat carried out by another ex-French foreign legionnaire known as Lieutenant Moussa Traoré. During that turbulent period of Africans fighting to liberate themselves from European colonization, France would repeatedly use many ex-foreign legionnaires to carry out coups against elected presidents. On January 1st, 1966, Jean Bedel Bokassa, an ex-French foreign legionnaire, carried a coup against David Dacko, the first president of the Central African Republic. On January 3rd, 1966, Maurice Yamiogo, the first president of the Republic of Upper Volta, now called Burkina Faso, was victim to a coup carried out by Abubakar Sangoli Lamizana, another ex-French legionnaire who fought with French troops in Indonesia and Algeria against this country's independence. On 26 October 1972, Mathieu Kéricot, who was a security guard to President Hubert Maga, the first president of the Republic of Benin, carried out another coup against the president, and after he attended French military schools from 1968 to 1970. By all means, the European Union shouldn't have only partners, but the European Union should simply benefit to be able to stand on its own 2 feet to retain our sovereignty. The EU wouldn't want another situation whereby a superpower like Russia can weaponize, allegedly, its energy exports and hold Europe at ransom. But when it comes to Africa, the African countries have to lie down for a third world country like France to walk over them. Macron wants to dream in French, but the African colonized countries are compelled to use French as the official language. They have no right to dream in their own language. A French language and culture dissemination organization called Francophonie, with several satellites and affiliates organizations supervised by a French Minister of Foreign Affairs, was created to force the African countries to forget their languages and dream and talk in French. If Macron will open his European entitled eyes, he would have realized that if even French was the only language to be spoken in the world, he would have been able to reach less than 4% of humanity, knowledge, and ideas, with or without its colonies. How limiting. So what do you think? Is Macron not aware of his own country's sovereign agreements with his former African colonies? Or Macron is just a born straight hypocrite and prevaricator? All right, you know what I want. You may leave your comments in the comments section below. Thank you for tuning in and have a good day.